This is a story of a very special woman who, since she was a child, was already taught by her parents many good values. And because of that, she grew up and became a woman, a marvelously good, kind woman. Day after day, she answered God's voice and she became a saint. Her name was Rafaela Mary. Later on, when she was older, she was called Rafaela Mary of the Sacred Heart because she spent her whole life loving with all her heart, and because she was a very great friend of Jesus and always loved him faithfully in return for the great love of his heart. Rafaela Mary Porras was born in a little town in the province of Córdoba in Spain called Pedro Abad. It was on March 1, 1850. The following day, March 2, 1850, her parents took her to be baptized in the parish church. When she was grown up, Rafaela Mary used to say that day was the most important one of her life. As she was very little, everybody loved her very much. Her house was very happy because there were many children in the family. Rafaela Mary had a sister who was a little older than herself. Her name was Maria Dolores. They went everywhere together. They used to play a lot. But it was not all games. They had to study too. A teacher gave them lessons every day at home because at that time, girls did not go to school. Later on, Rafaela Mary used to give lessons to the children in the village. She told them all that she had learned herself. Above all, she used to tell them about Jesus. Rafaela Mary asked herself very often, "What does God want me to do?" Rafaela Mary asked Mama Mary to teach her always to say yes to Jesus. When she was 15 years old, she offered herself to God and she promised to belong to Him always. She used to visit people who were ill. She looked after them and cheered them up. When she realized that God wanted her to be a sister, she left her home, left her place, Pedro Abad, forever. She went with her sister, Maria Dolores, who was going to become a sister too. A short time after this, the two sisters founded the congregation of the Handmaids of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Rafaela Mary loves to adore Jesus in the Eucharist and give thanks always to Jesus because He too loves us so much. As Rafaela Mary loved Jesus with all her heart, she loved everyone that Jesus loved too. She loved them all very much, and so she wanted handmaids to go all over the world telling about God's love for us. Rafaela Mary became a very important person in the congregation, but she was very humble and simple. Some people began to say that she was not very clever, that she could not think well, that she was no good as Mother General. Although this was not true, some people believed it. They stopped her as being Mother General. Rafaela Mary went to Rome and there she lived for 32 years, working and praying all the time. Although people criticized her, Rafaela Mary never complained. Instead, she was kind to those who criticized her. As she was so humble, she spent her time praying, cleaning, and doing other work in the house. She forgave with all her heart and went on loving everybody very much. During her last years, she had a very painful knee. Although her leg hurt her very much, she went on working as much as she could. She wanted to help the congregation so that the young handmaids might be able to speak to everyone about God's love. As she prayed, she had so much to tell Jesus about other people who were her brothers and sisters. She went to heaven on January 6, 1925. Ever since then, she has been perfectly happy because she is with Jesus, whom she loved so much all her life. Rafaela Mary was beatified on May 18, 1952, and was canonized as a saint on January 23, 1977. In heaven, Rafaela Mary still remembers everyone: men, women, children, sisters. She is with our Lord Jesus and is always speaking to Him about us. Some years ago, there was a woman in Huelva who had a great big swelling on her neck. She was very ill, and the doctors could do nothing for her. But she asked Rafaela Mary to cure her. Rafaela Mary asked our Lord Jesus to do it, and the woman was cured at once. Rafaela Mary is a saint now because she loved Jesus so much. Here ends the story of Rafaela Mary of the Sacred Heart, the story of a woman of many marvelously good values who became a saint. She is in heaven now, and she would be very happy if we will love Jesus very much too.